Is that Achille? So I guess your name is Achille from Cameroon. Good to meet you. Cletus from Nigeria. Where are you connecting from exactly? From Nigeria. Mr. Cletus, where are you connecting from? And by the way, let me drop one more message in the group, and so um, we can, so everybody knows that we've started. Okay, awesome. So just one more message and we are good. All right. And I hope you guys can see my screen and you can hear me perfectly. So we're good to go. Shola from Lagos, from Osun State, Clinton from Ibadan, Fola from Ekiti, Ezinef Jacob from Lagos, Glory from Lagos, Stephanie from Lagos, Chisom from Abia State. Good to meet every one of you. I'm sure we're more than this. Where are those people? Where are you? 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 Okay. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going while I pull up my screen. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Introduce yourself. Go ahead. Just go and introduce yourself. All right, guys. Let me see. Let me see. Let's go. 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 Introduce yourself. I'm excited to be here. Super excited to see you guys. And I know that some of you will walk out this night with information that would change your life drastically, right? I know that for sure that most of you are going to leave here this night and you will leave here with information that will change your life. Let me turn on. Let me turn it on. Okay, so just give me 1 minute. Yeah, I want to turn up my my fan so that there's no noise from my end. Okay. So we're 36 on the call right now. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very excited to meet every one of you. Right. We're going to get started right away. But before we go, please can you confirm you can see my screen? Just let me know if you can see my screen. You can do thumbs up. Yeah, awesome. Okay, awesome. Now, if at any point you cannot see my screen, just type. Or what you can do is you can exit and come back. If you can't see my screen anytime, exit and come back. And right now is not the time to raise your hand. Okay, so don't raise your hand so that we don't get confused. There'll be time to ask questions. Okay. So tonight we are going to do something. Tonight we want to look at a very simple business model that has helped a lot of people. And I know that this business model can also help you. All right. And what are we going to talk about this night? Okay. Very simple stuff we're going to talk about. So basically, I want to welcome you again. I want to welcome everyone. And then today I'm going to show you why foreign companies, because that's the title of this webinar. I'm going to show you why foreign companies are paying ordinary people like yourself, whether you're living in Ibadan, whether you're living in Cameroon, whether it doesn't matter where you live in Africa. I'll show you how foreign companies are paying people like you, people like myself, to test their website, to test their apps before they are released. Okay, before they go into the marketplace, before you ever get to see them on Play Store, you ever get to see them on Apple Store. I'm going to tell you why these companies are paying people every year, every month, every week, and every day. Right now, this is something I want you to know, that this is not about selling. Right, what we want to discuss this night has nothing to do with selling, right? It has nothing to do with recruiting, and you don't even need to have experience to do this. That's the interesting thing. It is about discovering a legitimate work opportunity. That's the reason we are all here, right? So you look at my slide. It says foreign companies need your help. Okay, and this now we're going to discover how what ordinary Nigerians. Now, if you're not from Nigeria, don't take offense, okay? But we're going to discover how ordinary Africans are getting paid in dollars, helping foreign companies improve their apps and websites, okay, without selling, recruiting, or any prior experience. Now, in today's training, right, you will discover one, why companies pay ordinary people before launching their apps, right? Why they pay people to test these apps before they launch. And secondly, you're also going to see why this opportunity exists in the first place. Why, right? And thirdly, you're going to understand what user testing really is, okay? And then fourth thing is the biggest mistake that stops beginners from getting invited, right? Because I'm sure some of you here have tried these things before, right? By the time I'm done this now, you understand why what you tried before did not work. Okay, now you also understand how you can do it better. And lastly, you're going to see how our students are building a second source of income online for themselves. And remember what I told you, there's no selling, there's no recruiting, there is no experience required. Okay. So if at any point again you can't see my screen, please let me know. And how you can do that is just um, type it. I'll see the message. Okay. Now, by the end of today's webinar, right, this is my bold promise to you. This is what I am promising you. I'm promising you that by the end of this webinar, you understand why foreign companies pay ordinary people to test their apps and websites before they are released to the public. And very important part is that you understand and you know how you can position yourself for opportunities that could add an extra $50, $100 a week, every week to your income. All right. Now, all I ask of you is 35 minutes of your time. Right. We're going to just spend 35 minutes here, and I want 35 minutes of undivided attention. I don't want you to get distracted. So this is what I need you to do. If you're currently chatting with anybody, I need you to tell the person, please, I'm about to get busy, or I am already busy. I have a class right now, and I don't want to miss any information. Can we have this conversation later? Right? If you are chatting with anybody, now if you're driving, please concentrate and drive while you listen to me. Okay, so let's go on. Right now, this thing I'm about to share with you, it is not only Nigerians that are experiencing this. I believe you're anywhere in Africa, you are also experiencing what I am about to share with you. Okay. And it is called our lived reality. What is our lived reality? If you're living anywhere in Africa, one of the things that is profound is that at the end of every month, it always looks like you have more months at the end of your month instead of having more money at the end of the month. Let me explain what that means. When your salary comes in, what happens? Right? Your salary probably comes in around 28th, and by the 30th, the money is gone. You now have more months with no money. The rest of the next month, you have no money, right? This is our lived reality. You also know that the cost of living keeps rising faster than our income. Faster than our income. And let me talk to Nigerians, right? Because I'm a Nigerian, and we have a lot of Nigerians here. And this is our reality. Every day you hear this has gone up, that has gone up, fuel has gone up, right? You hear that gas has gone up. You hear that commodities like common food in the house has gone up. You hear a lot that these things are going up, right? But you know the painful thing? The painful thing is that our income is not going up the way these expenses are going up. Okay. And then thirdly is that one income stream is no longer enough for anybody, right, to comfortably meet their financial goals. One income stream is no longer enough. So you always need to have multiple income streams. This is our lived reality, right? Every one of us. And then many people are not looking to, right? Many people are not looking to quit their jobs. They're just looking for a legitimate second source of income. And I believe that that's the reason you're here. You have a job. You're not quitting. You don't want to quit your job because your job is also providing for you, right? But you're looking for something to add to your income. And if that's the reason you're here, can I see thumbs up or can I see love emoji, right? Or go to the comment and just type yes, right? Just go to the comment and type yes. If this is the reason you're here, you have a job. You don't want to quit your job, right? But you want to find something that can add an extra income to your job. Right? If you're earning 100K currently, you're looking for something that can help you add another extra 50, 100, 150K to your current salary so that you can now increase how much you make, right? This is what it is. And then for people who also don't have a job, right, you're also looking for what can I do? I have a smartphone and maybe I even have a laptop. What can I do? Okay. Now, let me say this thing. This webinar is not about getting rich overnight. And if you've known me, any of you that have been in any of my classes or anything I've hosted, you know I always talk against Ponzi scheme. So this is not about getting rich overnight. It is about discovering a legitimate way you can build a second income stream. It is not about getting rich. All right. So let's go on. Now, the discovery that changed everything for me, and I'm going to tell you guys a story, and I want you to just follow me with the story. Okay, I'm going to share a story with you guys. It's a very lengthy story, but it is my experience. And when I share that story, you understand what I mean, because this is something I have been doing for quite a while, right? This is something I've been doing quite a while. Now, a few years ago, I asked myself one question. This was in 2023, right? I asked myself this question. And what was the question? I said, if one income is no longer enough, where can ordinary Nigerians find legitimate opportunities to earn online? And let me give you a full story. In 2023, I've shared this story several times. In 2023, I was building a business, right, in Nigeria that led me to travel to Tanzania to launch. And after we launched that business, a lot of things happened and the business did not scale through. Now, between June 2023 and October 2023, I encountered a lot of Yahoo boys, young boys. Some of them were in secondary school, right, who were not even staying with their parents. They were staying with, maybe they said they were staying with a friend. Some said they were staying with one uncle. Some of them even said their parents don't even know where they are. You know, they told them they are going to the city and blah, blah, blah. They are now in a house, they have internet, and they are asked to do this and do that. Fraud. And when you ask, when I start interrogating or asking some of these young people, there's something profound they always said to me. Some of them would say, sir, I don't like this thing I am doing. If I can find something that will put money in my pocket, I will leave this thing. Now, this was always the comment from most of the people that I had a conversation with, right? And then it hits me. I said, look, those people are ordinary Nigerians like myself who don't even have a way, they don't have anybody to show them that this is how you can make money online. Here is where you can go and learn how to make money online. So what can I do as a person? Right. And so I decided that I was going to build a place where people can come and learn legitimate ways they can create a consistent second income stream for themselves. My goal was very simple. I just told myself in 2023 that I want to be able to help people make an extra 50,000 naira. That's all. That's my goal, to be able to help an extra people make 50,000 naira every month, add to what they're earning. If you're earning 100K and your phone is giving you an extra 50,000 naira, it means that you're not earning 150K, right? So that was my goal. And during the course of this webinar, this class, you will see if I've been able to achieve that goal or not. You'll see. Remember, don't forget, 50,000 naira every month was my goal, to help people just make an extra 50K. Now, during this phase, there's something I discovered that was very profound. And let me share with you. The first thing I discovered, that the internet has created a level playing field. And let me tell you this, right? I don't know how many of you are politicians, or you have uncles that are politicians, or you have aunts that are politicians. But what I discovered is that it is the internet that allows people who don't have access to politicians, whose uncle is not a politician, is not a commissioner, has nobody in government house, whose father or mother are not politicians, right? Or you have somebody who you would say, okay, when I graduate, I would, they'll give me automatic employment. It is the internet that allows ordinary people like that to have, to make money and have a good life. It is only the internet. It is only the internet. And you know why? Because the internet does not discriminate. The internet just tells you, what do you have to offer? Right? So companies also don't care where you live. I also discovered that companies don't care where you live. They care about the value that you can provide. Right? They care about the value that you can provide. And I'll tell you a few things about that. Now you have people who are virtual assistants working remotely, with companies that are abroad. They're in the US, they're in the UK, That's what we're talking about. Value. right? And then thirdly is that ordinary Africans can now work with companies across the world without leaving home. And I'm a witness to this. I've had last year alone, one of the companies in the US got close to 100 of our community members to work with them as call center agents. And all these people, some of them were living in Lagos, the outer part of Lagos. Some of them were living in Ibadan. You know, they were living in different places scattered over Nigeria, but they were working for a US company making calls for them, right? So the internet rewards value and not connections. And this is the most interesting thing about the internet, right? So now let's go into a little bit into what we want to talk about this night. Now, do you know that every app that you have currently in your phone, that includes your WhatsApp, your Facebook, your Uber, if you've used Uber, of course, there's nobody here who hasn't used Uber before, your Spotify, your Netflix. In fact, as I'm talking to you, there's a Netflix in front of me. My TV is currently connected to Netflix, right? Your Amazon, your banking app. Do you know that every app like that exists in your phone is existing because somebody tested it before you use it? Did you know this before now? Tell me. Just go to the comment and tell me yes or no. Did you know that every app in your phone, whether it's an app, whether it's a website that you have used, right? You're using it because somebody tested it and said, oh, this app is okay. Oh, this website is fine. You can go ahead with it. Did you know this before now? So Blessing said yes. Daniel John said yes. Chisom said no. Shola said yes. Few persons are saying no, and some persons are also saying yes. You understand why this is so, right? Now, before these apps are released to millions of users, right? Real people would have to test them first and say, this is okay. This app is good. Now let's go on. I'm going to tell you why companies can't afford to skip testing. You know, the goal this night is to show you and help you understand why companies abroad are paying people to test their website and test their apps. And before I tell you why, let me tell you, before I tell you the other reasons, right? Let me tell you why they can't afford to. Like, why? Why can't they just launch it? And I'll give you a scenario. Let's look at this. This is a cost of, look at the slide. This is a cost, this is like an average cost of, or a range, right? If you're going to create websites, like for example, a business website, and I'm not referring to Nigerian websites, right? I'm saying a professional business website outside. Companies abroad would basically spend between $5,000 to $20,000 to build, to develop that website. That's for business website. For e-commerce websites like Amazon, like Temo, like all those ones that you see, they spend between $30,000 to $200,000 to build it. Okay. And then for mobile app, right, the apps that you have in your phone, they spend between 20,000 to 250,000 and more to build it. Okay, so apps are expensive to build, very depending on the functionality, but very expensive to build. And then your fintech app, so you have Money Points, you have your banking app, Zenith, and all of that, right? Companies abroad spend between 250,000 to $1 million to build it, to build that app that you're saying. And then for enterprise software, they spend over $1 million to build, right? Now, let me give you this scenario. Imagine that you were a company abroad, you spend you spent like $500,000, right, to build a fintech app. Now, it took your team like 12 months to build it, ensuring that every part of the app is working, or adding all the features and everything. And you've also announced to the world, like, millions of users and a lot of people, you've told them that, look, we are going to launch this app so day, right? And then on the day of the launch, people download the app. They download it only for customers to discover that, when they try to do a transfer, let's say it's your OP, you try to do a transfer, it is not going. You try to do this one, it's not going. You try to do to log in, it is taking so much time. You try to do this one, it's taking so much time. A lot of things is just happening. Why? What do you think will happen? Very simple. You will lose interest. You will lose interest. You're trying to use the app to make transfer. Transfer is not going. You try to do this one, it's not going. You're trying to register or maybe even do verification. The verification is not going. It keeps showing you error, 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 error. What do you think will happen? You would just lose interest, right? This is what happens. Now, let me give you a very logical question. Imagine that instead of waiting till that day that you're going to launch that app, you could put 20 people together and pay these 20 people $10 each. And their role is to go to the app, download it, and try everything they will do. So as they're trying it, they're saying that, oh, the verification is not working. Oh, I tried to make a transfer. Transfer is not working. I tried to do this. This one is not working. Now, what do you think is the wisest thing to do? To spend $500,000, launch the app, right? And say, no, I'm not going to pay $10 to 20 people, which is just $200 to test the app. Do you think it's wise? Tell me. I want to say yes or no, yes or no. Do you think it's wise? You spend $500K to build the app, but you cannot spend $200 to pay $10 to 20 people to just test and see, oh, the bugs, and see that, oh, some things are not working, or the transaction, this is not working, or maybe even the name of the app is spelled wrongly. Is that wise? It's not a wise thing to do. And this is a reason, very simple reason why these companies would pay you to test their app, because to them, it is just you're helping them to avoid costly mistakes before they launch. And you're also helping them to improve customer experience. Imagine telling them that, oh, the transfer did not work. So it means that the team can now start looking at the transfer, all right? And that way, you also help them to prevent negative reviews. Because if the day they launch, this app is not working, trust me, people will go and give negative reviews about the app. And also help them to protect their investment. That $500,000 that they have spent to build that app, your $10 review that they paid you has helped them to protect that money. Do you understand the concept now? Give me a yes, give me a no. Do you understand the reason why these companies are paying people every day, every week, every month to test these things? Yes, right? Because it is the wisest thing to do. It is the wisest thing to do. It is foolishness. You know what they call penny wise, pound foolish, right? You're trying to save $200, therefore you lose $500K. Very foolish thing to do. Now, so what exactly is user testing, right? So notice that it is called user testing. The user of the app is testing it before the launch. It's called what? User testing. So what exactly is what user testing? User testing is just simply helping companies improve their apps and websites before they are released to the public. That's all it is. So whether you want to call it user testing or you want to call it remote testing, now we call it remote testing most times because we are in the house. We do it from the house, right? Remotely. Okay, but the real name is called user testing. So it is simply about words testing, helping companies to improve their apps before they are released to the public. As a user tester, the first thing you will do is that you use the website or the mobile apps, depending on what it is. You will share your honest feedback. In some cases, they will ask you to record as you've downloaded the app and you're going through the app, you will record your screen and you're going through like, okay, I don't like this, I like the position of this. Oh, this part is not working. This is also not working. As you're recording that thing, that's what you submit to them. Do you understand? So you help these companies improve user experience. Now, the thing that you don't need to do with this model is that you don't need to sell anything. You don't need to recruit anybody. You also don't need to learn to code. You don't need to build the app or website. You don't even need to know how to build that app. Nothing, right? So these companies are looking for experts. They're just looking for real users to test these things. And then let me show you something. Now, can you guys see this? So let's expand and try to expand this if it's going to work. Let me see if I can expand this. Oh, I can't expand this. So sorry. But you guys can look at that screen. You can expand it from your end, right? Okay, you can expand it from your end. Look at this. This is a message that landed in my box some few days ago. And let me read it for you so you can listen. Dear Anselm, we are thrilled to invite you to a 60 minutes maximum unmoderated recorded session. So let me pause there. Unmoderated means that there's nobody to moderate it. So it's pretty much like you recording your phone and just talking, right? They're not telling you what to say or how to say it. So it's an unmoderated recorded session. During this exercise, you'll be expressing your thoughts out loud. So that means you're talking out loud and answering simple questions on websites and apps for which you will be receiving a 50 euros incentive for your generous time. Let me read that part again. For which you will be receiving a 50 euros incentive for your generous time. So this is a 60-minute invite. That is 1 hour. So I'm asked to, test an app for 1 hour. It may not take up to 1 hour anyways, but you're asked to test an app for 1 hour, and they're going to pay you 50 euros. Now, you guys can do the calculation. Yeah, turn your phone landscape. Turn your phone landscape so you can see what I am reading, right? So you guys can do the calculation. Let's do a quick calculation. Let us assume that euros is 1,700. Let's just assume 50 times 1,700. Can somebody drop the figure in the message line? So just drop the figure. 50 times 1,700. Now let's just assume that the exchange rate is 1,700. It may be more than that anyways, but let's just assume it's 1,700. So do the calculation. I'm waiting for somebody to quickly just drop the answer for us. 85,000. Awesome. 85,000 naira. Now, this is very important that I say. What I showed you is not a payment notification. It is an invitation to participate in a research study. So it's not payment. I'm not saying that's what they paid me. I'm saying that's the invitation I got. I would now need to click on it and then proceed to do it. But look at the potential of it. 85,000 naira for 1 hour, right? So let's go on. Now look at the screen. You see a lot of invites, all bearing my name. Okay, so just to prove to you that it wasn't a one-time opportunity, it is something that drops in my inbox every day. Every day, I mean it. Every day. This is just one aspect. There are different other companies. I get these mails every day. So look at this. Now you'll notice this. This is a €5 invite. So it is not always 50 euros, right? This is a €5 invite. And let me read what is here. Dear Anslan, you have been invited to participate in a 30-minute maximum survey by Usalytics. That's a platform. This survey, blah, 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 blah. The reward is worth €5. 30 minutes, €5. And then the next one says, we are trying to invite you to a 30 minutes unmoderated recorded session. You see how it sounds like the other one, right? €10. And then the other one says, we're inviting you're invited to a 60-minute maximum or moderated session, €30 for 60 minutes. This other one is also 30 minutes for €45. This one is 60 minutes for €50, which was the one we looked at. Now, this one is €80 and it is a 60 minutes one-on-one session. So one-on-one session means that there's a person at the other end of the screen that is asking you the questions and you're answering. The unmoderated one meant that there's nobody. So you just pick up your phone and you record and you're talking, right? And then the last one is a $25 invite from respondents for bank to test. So remember I told you about bank apps. Yeah, this is about testing and experience on M&S bank app, right? So different companies, different studies, different payouts, one opportunity, right? The same thing, the same concept of testing this, testing that, but different companies. Now let's go on. So here's the thing. This opportunity is public. So you can pick up your phone right now and just type respondent, type Usalytics, type user testing, just go online, you'll find stuff, you'll find companies out there, right? So the opportunity is public. It is public knowledge. But here's what is not public. The strategy, right? How this is done is not public. And I'll share something with you. So let me share this with you. Yes, I have mentioned to you that as Africans, you can do this, right? Let me tell you the caveat that I did not mention, which I want to mention now, is that even though you're an African, even though you're a Nigerian who know how to do these things, you cannot do these things on this platform. Somebody asking something. Okay, somebody raised their hand. I don't know why you raised your hand. Yeah, so you can't do these things on this platform. How many minutes now? Oh my God. You can't do these things on this platform. The only way to access this platform is through the use of VPN. Not to access per se. The only way to actually be able to create an account and get tax to do, first of all, that you can create an account first and get tax to do is that you need to use a very solid VPN, not expensive, but a very solid VPN. Right, and I'll cover that. So the website are public. Anyone can create an account. You can go to Respondent right now, even without VPN. Just type www.respondent.io. Click, you see all the blah blah blah. You can read about it. You click on it and go on. But getting consistent invitations like I do is different. It's different. Now, what's the different thing? It's very simple. It's just about knowing how you position yourself. And that positioning is the key thing. And I'm going to tell you, and this is what we do in the Hustle Haven community, is that we help you position you correctly. As I speak to you right now, there is a class that is going on in the community. A coach is currently teaching today about the introductory part of the remote testing program as I speak to you right now. So yeah, we teach you how to position yourself. We also teach you common mistakes to avoid. And let me tell you this, these are not things that you can research and find out. No, they are not things that you can research and find out. These are strategies that are born out of we doing these things since 2023 till date. So experience over time, failed ourselves, seeing what works, compile what works, and put together, giving it to other people, and they have succeeded with it, right? Improve your chances of receiving invitations, very important, right? Improve your chances of receiving invitation, and then build consistency over time. These four things I mentioned to you is a strategy that cannot be researched or stumbled on YouTube. Cannot stumble on it on YouTube. I'm telling you this. So let's go on. Right now, let me show you what I call the Hustle Haven framework. This is what has helped a lot of people to make money. And by the time I start showing you how that this framework has helped people, it will marvel you. You'll see it. Right. And remember, I said we've been doing this since 2023, exactly 2024, January to date. So a lot of time experience gained over time. All right. So our goal is very simple. This framework is very simple. It's meant to help you build a second source of income through remote testing or user testing. And it is not about luck. It is about following the right process. Okay. So step one is to get accepted. So you remember what I told you. You first of all need to get a VPN that you can use to build and to register on this platform. And then when you register on the platform, you need to get accepted. To get accepted means that you need to build a strong foundation, right, before you start chasing opportunities. Your profile needs to be sexy, right? It needs to be a profile that somebody looks at it and it's good. This profile makes a lot of sense. Your profile needs to look like that. Okay, that's what makes you accepted on those platforms. Your profile. How does your profile look? And then the next thing is that get invited. You need to learn how to position yourself for consistent opportunities to get invited. Like I mentioned to you, I get emails every day. I miss a lot of them because sometimes it comes in when I'm sleeping, right? And sometimes if I don't, the notification may have dropped and I did not notice. Okay. And then the third thing is that you need to also get paid. It will teach you how to participate professionally, right? And how to receive your payment. And let me talk about receiving your payment. Of course, I'll expatiate on it. But now remember that I said you would use a VPN, right, to access this platform. So we're going to show you how to use a VPN. But then you also now understand that you need to use a PayPal. Most platforms like this pay through PayPal. You pay through PayPal, and even till date, even though PayPal some days ago announced that Nigerians cannot use PayPal, it is not exactly true and not entirely true. All right, sorry, I had to drink water. So yeah, you should also understand how to get paid, and then lastly, staying consistent. How do you create an account, stay on the platform so much so that you continue to receive invites. My accounts, the only one account I have on those platforms, have been receiving invites since 2024 when I actively started doing this remote testing. Till date, the account is still there. So success is not about finding one website. It's about following a proven system. It's not about finding website. It's not about research. It's not about watching videos on YouTube. It's about knowing somebody who has done it and let that person hand over a framework to you that you can use. Just copy and paste what the person has done, and you get the same result that the person has gotten. Okay. So I told you that the framework works, right? I told you that the framework works. So now look at my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? So first things first is the fact that this community, by reason of Mr. Anslem, starting this community to help people make an extra. Remember I told you at the beginning, the goal was just to help people make an extra 50,000 naira when I started. And that's my passion anyways. It's just my passion. I've tried to run away from this thing, but each time I try to run away, I still come back to it. What do I come back to? I come back to creating what people can use to make money online. That's what gives me joy when I see these things. And I'll tell you one particular one that has given me joy and always gives me joy each time I go back to it. I'll tell you. But I just hope you guys can really see the screen. So first things first, we've trained over 2,400 Africans. So people because of this community, I now have a friend in Cameroon. So yeah, actually from Cameroon, I have somebody from Cameroon who's my bosom friend who has been to Nigeria 2 times to see me. So he's a very good friend, right? Because of this business, right? So trained over 2,400 Africans in side hustles, not just the remote testing or user testing, different other side hustles. And our student combined revenue that they have made from the internet has surpassed 350 million naira that they've generated from legitimate opportunities online. In fact, there's a guy, I was going through our seller page not long ago, and I saw a particular testimonial, a guy called Samson. That young man, his story is very humbling. That young man made about 30 million naira in a space of 1 year from this opportunity. When you see it, you understand why somebody can make that kind of money, right? So look at it. You see the first screenshot, $237, $200, £25, $46, 54 £54, £49, £60, £30, and blah blah blah. Now there's a screenshot here. If you look at this other one, it says, let me look at it there. It says, I sincerely thank you for everything. I sincerely thank you for everything. No, making 120K is just like a dream, right? Thank you. I won't anyways, just leave that. It's too faint. But there's one I want you to see. Everybody, look at my screen. If you can zoom it. Look at the one before the last, right? There's a name called Deborah GH from Ghana, anyways. So Deborah from Ghana. Deborah from Ghana is saying, I will be traveling out by December, UK for my master's survey money. Money that she has made from now most people like to call it survey anyways, but this remote testing, money that she has made from remote testing, right? She has saved it, and she's sponsoring herself to the UK for her master's. It might shock you. If you look at the next slide, the next picture after it, that picture you're seeing is her own. Is screenshot of her dashboard, her email that she sent to me. You're seeing invites. You have been invited. This one is the ones that she has qualified already for the interview and for the test. She has qualified already. Look at them. You just see scroll like this. These are invites that she has qualified already, right? So this stuff is. Remember what I mentioned to you guys earlier? I mentioned that I just wanted people to make an extra 50K in a month. That was my goal when I started teaching people how to make money. It's called side hustle. It's a side hustle community, right? It is not a get rich quick. We're not telling you, look, when you join us, you're going to make 10 million. No. My goal and what I'm doing here is very simple. It's to help people, add something extra to their income. An extra 50K, an extra 100K, an extra 200K. even an extra 500,000 every month, right? I was having a conversation with one of the, I used to call her Hustle Even Last Born in 2024, right? I think she was around 18, 19 years. That young girl, I was asking her some days ago, I used to do remote testing. She said, no, she's no longer doing remote testing. I said, what are you doing now? She said she has moved on to um, X, that's Twitter. She has hustles that she's doing on Twitter that is paying her very well. She doesn't have so much time again. She replaced that with remote testing. She's now gone into virtual assistant, she's working. She's still schooling. She just gained admission late last year. Right? Why am I telling you? I'm telling you these things because the opportunity is endless. Right? Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. So now this is what you're going to get in the school of side hustle. This is what you're going to get. Remember what I told you, it is not about it's really not about going online and researching. No, it's not about research. It's about finding somebody who has done it, who is doing it, who is successful at it, to hand you the template, what he's using to get these things done and give it to you. This is how success is bettered. This is how people become successful. Is that they have mentors that are ahead of them, that can see far, that have done these things, and these mentors hand over these things to them. That's all. That is it. Right? And let me give you a Bible scenario. Let me give you a Bible scenario. Do you guys remember that in the Bible, right? It was after John the Baptist baptized Jesus Christ that his ministry started. I don't know if you have Bible study here, Bible students. Do we have Bible students? Now, if you're not a Christian, take no offense, right? I'm a Christian, right? So, do you guys know that? Do you guys remember that it was after John the Baptist baptized Jesus Christ that his ministry started? The heaven was open, the voice from heaven came, and his ministry of Jesus Christ started straight up into the wilderness to fast and all of that. But it started from that baptism. Now, why am I showing you this? I'm saying these things that everything you want to do, anything at all that you want to do, there is somebody who has done it, who is successful at it. The easiest way to not waste time, resources, not waste money, and not try to prove that you're wise is to simply find that person. Say, sir, here I am, use me. What have you done? Show me how to do it. And the person just hand you this thing. Do you know what will happen? Is that if your journey was supposed to take you 10 years before you succeed, you can cut that by 3. You will divide it by 3. It can take you 3 years. It can take you 1 year, because there's somebody who says, I have done that before, it did not work. This is the one that worked. Do it. So you will not waste time trying so many things that did not work. You simply just go straight to what is working. So let's go on. Now, this is what you're going to get when you become a member of the School of Side Hustle. That's what we like to call it, the Hustle Even Community, or the School of Side Hustle. That's what I like to call it. All right. Now, this is not a course. For those of you who are thinking, well, what is it? It's not a course. This is a program. I don't do courses. I don't do courses because I feel courses don't always achieve the aim that they are meant for. So I don't do courses. I do programs. Okay. Programs is the only place where somebody gives you access to live class. It's not courses, it's programs. So first, this is called the 90-day implementation program, right? It's a structured roadmap designed to help you build a second source of income with this particular side hustle. Now, what are you going to get access to? Live implementation sections 2 times every week for the next 90 days. 2 live classes every week, Tuesdays and Saturdays, and Fridays, 2 times every week, right? For the next 90 days. You're going to get access to a private community. So private community, which means that you can surround yourself with people on the same journey who will encourage you, motivate you, and celebrate your progress, celebrate your wins, and also share, oh, this is what I tried and it's working. Oh, this is working. Oh, you guys check out this website. I just tried it. I just made withdrawal. Check it out. Check this. That kind of community, you need it. You can't survive alone. Man was meant to be in a community, right? Man was meant to be in a community. Okay, so you're going to get access to a private community, the Hustle Heaven community, and then an accountability. You're going to get access to, right, accountability. we're going to ensure that you're accountable. Okay, you stay focused, you stay consistent, and you keep moving towards your goal with a support system behind you, cheering you on, telling you can do it, giving you all that you need with our live classes, and then coaching and mentorship. You get experience from get access to experienced coach who are committed to or who is committed to helping you succeed. All right. And let's go on. Now, here's exactly what we would help you do so you can understand how this thing is structured. First part of your class will be about helping you understand how this platform works, the whole industry, how it works, how people are able to position themselves. You discover how the industry works, why companies pay for feedback, and where opportunities come from, right? And then you also be able to set yourself up for success, which is module 2. The second part of the lesson is how you can set yourself up for success. Remember, I talked about sexy profile, the profile that researchers look at it and they're like, I think I like this person. I want this person to try our products, right? And then module 3, position yourself for more opportunities, right? Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities out there. You learn how to build a profile that gives you the best receiving invites from these companies. There are a lot of opportunities out there. Then module 4, you participate professionally and get paid. Right. And let me also add that you also get a walkthrough video on how to set up all the tools, your PayPal. Now, this time, not UK PayPal, US PayPal, one of the hardest and most expensive training you can get on PayPal is US PayPal. I'm telling you, it's one of the most expensive PayPal. Anybody who you tell to create a US PayPal for you will charge you very well. Right? And then module 5, you're going to learn how to build consistency with distance. Okay? And then let's go on. Now, if you decide to be a part of us, join the Hustle Room community, let me mention some bonuses that you're going to receive. Some bonuses. The first bonus, and this bonus has a caveat to it, is what I call the 68 verified user testing platforms. Oh my God, I have that. I have the physical copy of that book, but I forgot it's in my room. I probably will snap it tomorrow and post it in the group. Right, 68 verified. We call it 68 secret survey websites, but it contains 68 user testing websites. These are websites that you cannot just stumble on. If you're doing with random research, you can't just stumble on them. It contains 68 of them inside. And then the bonus too is that very interesting bonus is that look, when you start making money from our community, you will definitely go and tell your friends that look, see where I'm making money on. And it is one of the reasons why we grew to 2,400 and more. Right? Because community members are telling their friends, look, come and learn. These guys are genuine, these guys are real, these guys are doing great. Come and learn from them. Right? So imagine that you get to that point, you're making money, and you tell a friend of yours to come and join the community. Guess what? We're going to reward you half of, call it 50% commission. We'll give it to you. So thank you for inviting your friend to join the School of Side Hustle. Here is 50% commission for you. Bonus 3 is that you get priority access to new side hustles. So anytime you find new side hustles that are working, you'll be the first person that will tell. You'll be the first people to try them out too and make money from it. Bonus 4 is the international payment setup guide. How to set up your US PayPal account to receive money. You're also going to learn how to set up your US bank account, right? Because you're setting up a US PayPal, you need a US bank account, right? We're also going to teach you how to connect this US bank account to this US PayPal account such that you can receive your money to that US bank account and transfer that money to your Naira account. So whether you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, doesn't matter where you are, we'll show you how to set up the international payment setup, right? How to set up the guide. We'll guide you and set that up for you. And then the last part is that you're going to get lifetime course updates. So you're getting lifetime access to this program. So yeah, if there's anything, just anytime you can make reference to it, go over the training, go over days, go over the website and all of that. So let's go on. Now, how much is it to join the School of Side Hustle? Okay, so before we talk about how much, let's talk about some things. I remember what I mentioned to you is that you're going to get access to the 90-day implementation program, right? Which includes live sessions 2 times a week for 90 days coaching and mentorship, private community, accountability system, step-by-step user training, user testing training, and all the bonuses I mentioned. Now, let me also mention this. You're also going to get access to the AI training program, right, which we're launching very soon on talking about Handshake AI. Handshake AI. You can go online and research about Handshake AI. Now, how much is it to join the community? How much is it to really join the community? If you join the community, if you've been here if you were here in January this year, community access used to be 35,000 naira. To join the also even community was 35,000 naira. But I'm doing a discount for you guys because that's what it is. Actually, 35,000 naira. I'm going to do a very small discount for you because I want you to join the community this night. And then before we go, I want us to do a very little maths. And I want us to do this maths because it's very important so that you can look at things from the right angle. Let's do a very simple maths. I don't know how much you're earning currently. I don't know how much your salary is, but let's convert your salary to dollars. Okay, let's just convert your salary to dollars. If you're making minimum wage 70,000 naira, let's divide that by 1,350. See, this is 51. Let's just say it's $52. This is how much you make every month. This is not your transport cost and every other cost is not included in the $52 that you earn, right? If you're making 100,000 naira, so most people might even be making 100K. So if you're currently making 100,000 naira, just divide by 350. What you're currently earning is just $74. That's what you earn. If you're making 150,000 naira, what you're earning is $111. And if you're making 200K, or let's even say 250,000, right? What you're earning is $185. That's how much you're making in the whole month, $185. Now, if I could add an extra, if you're making 200K, if I could help you make another extra 200K, would this be worth it? In the next 30 days, the next 60 days, you've learned something that every month after 30 days, like 30 days from today, every month, your salary is 200K, but every month you're able to do another 200,000 naira from your phone just by testing apps and website. Would this be worth it? I want you to go to the comments. If it's a yes, you tell me yes. If it's a no, you tell me no, right? If you're making 100,000 naira right now, and in the next 30 days, I help you make another 100,000 naira added to that, would this be worth it? If you're making 50K right now, and in the next 30 days, I help you make another 50K, because when we say you're making 200K and you want to make another 200K, it looks like 200 is one big figure, but look at it. 200,000 naira divide by 1,350 is $148. That's all. Just $148. And you guys remember here, let's go back here. Look at it. Let me take us back to let me take us back here. These two, there's so many screenshots that I can't even show you. This $237 was one project, one testing, one-on-one session that this guy. There are some other screenshots. If I show you, to marvel you. There's a guy, what's that his name? I can't remember that his name, but I know he was in the university in Ibadan, I think, or Akure. There's a guy who did $900 one particular weekend, scattered our group, $900 one particular weekend. It was for a test. That test took 3 hours. It was a research program, and it was a group. They were all in a group, but it took 3 hours. But they rewarded them $900 because they paid them 3 times, $900 that weekend, right? But let's not go into all of those big ones. Let's say here, right? Let's say here, right? you do one project of $80 in a whole month. It took you, you just succeeded with only one, you're very busy. So you made $80 that month. $80 is times 1,350. See, this is 108,000 naira, right? Let's even say you did the $10 one and you did just 10 of it that month, right? £10. You did just 10 of it. That's £100. £100 is at least 150, 165, 170,000 naira in a month. This is how people are able to add to their income. It's not magic. It's not magic. It's that these people are making money in another currency. That when you convert to Nigerian currency, it is multiplied by 1,350. That is what makes the difference. And you know the sweetest thing about this is that the only thing that will cost you, your cost, is your VPN and your foreign number. That's all. Just three things rather: VPN, foreign number, and data. Right? Now, data, whether you're working for a foreign company or not, you will always do data. So we can say VPN is a thing that you wouldn't have done, and the foreign number is what you wouldn't have done. How much does it cost to get a VPN? Right? Ministerial VPN costs a lot of money, at least 14,000, 15,000 naira. But if you're in my community, you only get that same VPN for 3,000 naira. Only 3,000 naira, right? The UK number is just $3. That's also put that together. Your cost every month is not even up to 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira is just a little above. Let's do it. 10,000 naira. It's just about $7. That's just your cost, $7. So just the smallest testing that you do has already covered your cost, and then the rest of what you do for a month is your profit. How much does it cost for you to get started with the hustle community? I could easily charge 50,000 naira for this, 35,000 naira, 40,000 naira for this. As a matter of fact, my ebook, the 68 survey website that I'm giving to you as a bonus, I got that ebook some time ago for $17. $17. That ebook alone, I got it for $17. I bought it from a white man. So do it, $17. It's 22,950. That's how much I got it. But I'm giving to you for free, right? Not to talk of the mentorship program, the training 2 times every week class that you're having access to straight for the next 90 days. You have no reason to not make money, right? Now, there's something I'm going to do for the first 10 people. Of course, I've been mentioning about that ebook. I'm not giving out that ebook to everybody. I'm not giving that ebook. That ebook cost me $17 to get, and I sell that ebook as a standalone product. I'm not going to give it to everybody. I'm going to give it to the first 10. The first 10 people to make payment right now and join the community will receive that ebook as a bonus. Okay. It contains 68 user testing websites that you cannot stumble on if you go to the internet and just do it by yourself, right? That's what you're going to get access to. So how do you make payments? This is the account number right there. 10 persons, first 10 people, pick the account number right there, okay, and just transfer. Please, it's 25,500. Now, if you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you're in Cameroon, you need to make payment, please send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll send you a payment link. If you're not in Nigeria, send me a message on WhatsApp and I'll send you the payment link right away. And you can go there and make payment to it. All right. Remember that this is open for the first 10, just the first 10. Take the number you're seeing on the screen. I'm going to also drop the account number in the group. First 10, you get my ebook called the 68. I'm going to post that ebook in the WhatsApp group. After this call, I'll post that ebook in the WhatsApp group so you can see it. I have a physical copy of it, but I'll post the digital. I'll post the physical copy in the WhatsApp group, right? So the first 10 persons to make payment, you're going to get that ebook for free, right? Now, this is everything I want to share you. I want to show you. Trainings are already going on. Programs like this and stuff like this is not for everybody. It is for people who know how to recognize and who can recognize opportunity when they see them. All right. So this is all I'll take. Or if you have questions, let me just spend the next 1 minute and deal with. If you have questions, just type it in the comment and I'll just look at it. I want to look at your questions. If you have questions, just quickly go to the comment, type your questions, and let me answer. Okay. Uh, Sunday by saying, what's the probability that this will be possible? Well, okay, I pay for your survey program, but no proper structure. After spending time and money, I didn't make any profit at all. I think that's not possible. I don't think that's possible. Let me tell you why I said that that's not possible. First things first, you said no structure. At the time I don't know what time it is you paid for my survey training. Last year, even up to January this year, I had 10 coaches on payroll. 10. For survey alone, I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday was the only free day that people did not even have. We're not doing survey training. Survey. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You had access to 6 coaches, 6 days of the week, 1 hour every day for 6 days, and you not make money with survey. That just simply means that you were either not doing the right thing or it is not for you. Right? It's not for you. Just avoid it. That's what I'm saying. Because if you had access to, how do you have access to? I don't see how that's possible. How do you have access to 6 coaches teaching you different websites? This is what to do on this platform. This is what to do on this platform. This is what to do on this platform. This is platform they are making money with for 6 days every week, and we did that for 1 full year. And I was paying these people every month. When I sat down to do my calculation last year, I spent more than 5 million naira to pay coaches every month. And somebody is telling me there was no structure. I did not make anyway. Okay, so Mr. Sunday, this program may not be for you, right? Because it suggests to me that you maybe were not even you just came in, you attend. I have students like that who come in one day, attend one, never show up again, come back when they like, and you know how these things happen. You come back 3 weeks later, forgotten everything, you start afresh, you go back again, come back 3 weeks later, and then they tell you, this is not I didn't make money with it. So let me even mention, and I thank you for mentioning that. Please, if you're somebody who cannot commit the next 90 days attending classes every week, at least if you miss a class, there is a recording. If you cannot do that kind of a thing for yourself, or you're not doing it for me, but if you cannot do this kind of thing for 90 days, please don't bother. Don't bother to be a part of this program. It's not for you, right? If you're not somebody who can stay, learn, and implement, because it is not the learning that brings result. It is the implementation that brings result. If you're not somebody who can do this, right, don't bother. See, in this phone, this is my first phone. This is an Infinix phone. You can see it. This is a phone I had when I started the community, and I've maintained this phone till date. Do you know why I still have this phone till date? It's because inside this phone, you will find more than 1,000 screenshots of student withdrawals. At some point, I had a Google Drive. I still have it, where these things are uploaded. I mean, the screenshots are uploaded. 1,000 of them. I got tired. That's why if you notice those screenshots I posted, some of them had a different background. It's because of this phone. I've kept this phone till date because it has more than 1,000 screenshots of student withdrawals. I got tired of screenshotting and I just stepped. So I know what I'm telling you. I don't start programs because I want to make money. I do stuff because it is going to help people. And if you look at that lady that says she's going to for her masters, if you read through that message, you'll just be saying, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. And for me, there's nothing as exciting as God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Right? I know what I put into these things. Anyway, somebody saying, okay, somebody said, Dami is saying, I can attest to also even is real. It is the only platform I have earned this in this life. Mr. Anslem, is passionate about people's growth. You can even see from the way I talk anyways. It's not a program you signed up and left to float. Access to even amazing people in the community. I let me even mention this. Every coach that I have in the community, I pay them. And it's not small pay. It costs a lot. Why do I do that? It's so that people can I want people to focus on what they can do so they can teach. Right. I don't want to be the one teaching everything. I can't teach everything, obviously. My question is I have a steady location. Why can I have a steady location while using the VPN? The last time I tried VPN, it kept changing location in that particular region I use. It's possible, right? You're not using, so let me explain. Now, there are different ways you can actually get a VPN. There's different ways you can get a VPN. You can buy a static IP address. You can buy an IP address, meaning that this IP, it is anytime you're in your house because you configure it to your house. So the only time you will get to do anything on this any of this platform is when you're in your house. You can buy an IP, right? Then configure it to your VPN. But if you don't want to buy an IP because it costs money, and this is also part of the reason why I don't teach surveys anymore. We no longer do surveys, right? Surveys require you to use very strong VPN plus so many tools, and the pay is not so much for survey. The one that really makes sense is the remote testing. Like remote testing, you can use your Mysterium VPN for remote testing, but for survey, Mysterium will give you problem. Mysterium will give you problem, right? And the pay is not even like it makes sense like that. It doesn't really make sense. But for remote testing, you don't need too many tools and it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, your location can keep changing, but it's not, and this is part of the things we teach, right? About configuring your Mysterium, your VPN, such that even though your location will change, there is a particular IP that you're always looking out for. So that this way you don't have problems, right? There are some IPs that you will get once you try to log into the platform. That IP has already been masked before. They'll ban your account. So we teach you how to also identify IPs that you can use for these things. Okay. Does anybody have more questions you want to ask? Can I start testing while attending classes for 90 days? No, it is during now. You're not see this, it's a practical class. It's not something that you have to wait till after. And by the way, some slots are already gone, right? So it's not something that you have to wait for 1 year. I mean, like 90 days after before you start. No, it is a practical thing. So, for example, after today and next week, by the third class, people will start opening their accounts. Okay, you start opening your accounts, you start. So by your third class, no matter irrespective of when you're joining, by your third class, you start opening your accounts, right? Because you also watch the coach open account and show you what to do. So you open your own and you start. So yeah, while you're in that class, you start. The goal is that after 90 days, you yourself should be proficient enough to go. If you want to even go and launch your own training because of what you have, the experiences you have gathered, you can go ahead. That's the goal. The goal is that in 90 days, you should be proficient enough that you're the one giving tips to people and not people training you and giving you tips again. You're the one experimenting, testing platforms, and coming back to say, hey guys, look at what I found though. I just made $100 from this platform. Though. The platform is very good though. That's what it is, right? Is there any particular app that we can use to connect to these foreign companies? I mentioned VPN. That's only VPN you can use to connect. Anyway, I don't know what you mean by connect though, but if you can explain what you mean by connect, maybe I can answer that. What does it take to get strong VPN? Mysterium is about the strongest. Now, I'm saying I'm very open to mention the names. Some people will not mention the name to you, but Mysterium is about the strongest. But Mysterium is expensive. It's expensive. The cheapest way to get Mysterium is to belong to a community like also Even community. That's the cheapest way to get Mysterium. Like I'm trying to open. Oh, this is not mysteriumvpn.com. Don't worry. Let me just type the name. Okay, that's open. So I hope you guys can see my screen. So we're looking at the pricing, right? Let's look at pricing. So look at pricing. Sorry, look to monthly. Look at the pricing. Look at the screen. 1 month, $10.49 this thing. So do your calculation. That's about if you do at 150, if you do at 1.3, Right, let's do at 1,350 times 10.49. So look at it, it's 14,160 something. So it's about 14,000 naira a month. But if you're in my community, this same VPN, you get it for only 3,000 naira. You can't see my screen, but me, I'm even seeing my screen from here. I'm seeing my screen from here, right? This same VPN that you're getting for um this amount. In fact, you're not even getting this type. This one you're going to get. This plus, this VPN plus. Yeah, this is actually the best. It is better than this one. And see the reason why. You have more cities here, right? You even have more, you have more residential IPs. This other one does not give you residential IPs, right? But this other one gives you 7,500 plus residential IPs. This is the one we give. You can't see my screen. Don't worry, I think I know what the problem is. I'll stop sharing my this thing and then I will share again. Okay, so let me share again. Share again. Also, please, if you make transfer, send a message to my DM or send a message to my DM so I don't miss you out, so I can put you in the group immediately. I also note how many slots are left. Only the first 10, you get my ebook, right? For the first 10, you get my ebook. Okay, my screen is visible now, so also look at this. So this is Mysterium. This is the Mysterium VPN. This is about the strongest VPN in the class of VPN. Anything higher than this now, you're going to proxy. But in the class of VPN, this is the strongest, right? See it here. This is the one you're going to get in my community for 3,000 naira. This one that is $13, $13.49 every month. Let's do the maths. 13.49 times 1,350. So 18,002 something, right? So over 18,000 naira. This one paying 18,000 naira. This very one that has more IP address is one we're going to give you for 3,000 naira. That's the power of the community. If you want to go alone, you can go alone, right? But if you come to us, you will get it better, right? So that's that. So look at the account number again. Take the account number now before I end this session. Does anybody have more questions you want to ask? Let me spend the next one minute or so taking questions. When is the training time? The training is usually 8 p.m. Tuesdays 8 p.m. Friday 8 p.m. Right? Every day for the next 90 days. Okay, I can see your screen. I can see your screen. You can see my screen now. Neko kicked me out when you were answering my question. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, just send me a DM on WhatsApp. I'll respond to you. Who again? So, yeah, somebody's saying, I heard you mention about Nigerian people not being able to receive money from. I registered as Nigerian immediately I saw that opening for Nigerians. Yes, so me, I also registered too, but I discovered that like those people were just joking with us, because I still have Nigerians whose money is locked into PayPal. Forget about those guys. They're just using Nigeria to try to push their market because their value has fallen. All right. So that'll be everything from my end. Thank you so much for showing up and God bless you. My wish for you is that the next 90 days will not just come and go, right? Because definitely the next 90 days is going to come. But when these 90 days will come, what's going to be the difference? When did the class start? So your class starts when you pay anyways. So once you make payments, that's when your whole 90 days starts. It doesn't mean to, but it is best to also start with others. Most people started today. So for those who are new beginners, they started today. First class is on as you speak. It's on. Friday again, we're going to have another class with those beginners. By next week and next 2 weeks, you're going to see people start making money. I'll post it to you. You're going to see that those same people that started with me, I'm here, start making money. That's life for you. That's life for you. They say the speed of a man is tied to what is chasing him. If what is chasing you is nothing, you will run like nothing. But if what is chasing you is maybe a lion, you will run like somebody who's about to be devoured by a lion, right? So, as I was saying, the next 90 days will come. What's really important is what's really, if you miss a class, there's recording. If you miss a class, there's always a recording to go back to. to make reference, and you can ask questions, right? Plus, there are also recorded videos to help you set up what you need to take on. Okay, guys, so that'll be everything. Okay, somebody's asking, so on respondent, are you the person that will provide the company email needed for us? So now these are part of small tricks that we use in the community. You don't necessarily need a company email address. Just go to that. Let me just give you the tip. When you're creating your account, just click that place that says company. You remove it and you can go ahead and use your personal distance. But if need be, right? We have a registered company. We can simply just create email address from our registered. Also, even community is a registered company, it's a registered business. You can create. We have a domain, So if there's a serious need, there's any serious need to have company email, we can simply create from our end, right? It might come with little cost, but we can create it from our end if there is need for it. You get me? Because we have a registered domain and we have a registered business, we can easily just create it. How about those that can afford to pay by month and hope the price will not change? But I cannot guarantee that, Mr. Peter. I cannot guarantee that. Remember what I told you? You can see if you go to the seller page, you'll even see somewhere that mentions an amount, but what you're paying for this night is less than that. Okay, so take action, take action, take action, take action. God bless you. We will talk or we'll see some other time. Good night. I'll see you guys in the group. The record will be available for anybody that missed it. Good night.